Damn, I thought you had the dreads. Yeah, I be taking my dreads out. I don't really like keeping the dreads in too long because one thing about me is I don't like the dreads because they too permanent. Me, that's why I be switched up. I like the braids. You never know what I do. But anyways, what was I say? So a lot of parents, I ain't gonna necessarily say this video is for black parents, but I say we the ones feeling in this the most as a race compared to other races. Look, a lot of people make children or they parenting job more difficult than it needs to be. Where is this coming from, you may ask? Basically, like I was talking to this one of my how can I say one of my uncles. So he was telling me how like his child be, you feel me, doing a lot of stuff that's what do you call it, bad, and you feel me, just not understanding why his job is harder as a parent. And then that's when I told him like it's harder because parents make it harder. See, what parents fail to realize by the time they get grown is they lose sight of what a kid's mindset is or what kids go through. So the problems you may feel you're going through in life as an adult, that kid problems that they're going through is just as much real in their mind. And on top of that, they still have to deal with the peer pressure, trying to figure out who they are, not understanding things about themselves, and just a lot more other stuff that come with it, especially the teens. But a lot of parents don't realize, like, to make this job easier, all you really need to do is just spend more time with your kids, bring them around you more, talk to them more, get inside their mind more, politic with them. If you feel like your kid is doing something bad and you just tell them, no, don't do this, that's no different from if you telling a child that, a toddler. And the thing is, it's like, I stopped this bitch on accident. But yeah, the thing is, it's like your job get harder for you at that point because then it's like you more so trying to tell this child what to do instead of guiding this child in the right direction. Me, I ain't know my pops till I was 17, and my mom basically raising me on her own in a way. It was more so like she was one of those parents that you really couldn't tell too much of anything because she was always right in a way. So you feel me? Even when I try to tell her certain things about myself or how I feel or whatever, it gets shunned out or whatever. And she failed to realize like it pushed me away from the comfort of what I felt I could have brought to her or talked to her about with certain things in my life. And then it just pushed me further and further away. And then one thing led to another. And I ended up in the streets and just figuring out shit on my own, the hard way or the easy way. But she was involved, so she was involved parent in my life. So certain things I always heard her in the back of my mind, and I be telling other parents that too. Like, you want to be there to raise your child, you want to be there to guide your child, you want to be that voice in the back of their mind that tell them no, don't do this. And if they choose to do it and choose to learn something on the hard way, that's their decision as that person. But at the same time, you did your job as a parent. But if you're not telling this child why you shouldn't do these things or help them understand or have a better realization on life, they just gonna keep doing things because they feel they can, or the curiosity may get to them, or the peer pressure may get to them. And the more you push them away, the more they gonna find that comfort somewhere else. Y'all need to bring y'all children around y'all more. Y'all need to talk to y'all kids more, be in their life more, be involved more. Don't just say because you got a child that's living with you and you know you taking care of them. That's not the same as to being involved in their life, understanding them, picking their brain, picking their mindset. Shit, I'm not condoning the smoking thing, but if you know your kid smoking, you smoke, smoke with your kid. You know how a conversation to start off a blunt. You feel me? Like, just try to understand them. Also, try to guide them on the right path so somebody else ain't guiding them on the wrong path for their own benefits. You feel me? Like, it's just kids not really necessarily bad, and I know because I was never really bad, but I made a lot of wrong decisions and I made a lot of choices in my life the hard way because I felt it was whatever my reasons was. But you feel me? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, kids are never really bad. They're just misguided and they're misunderstood. And that's what parents fail to realize. Like, at one point you was a kid, but you grew up and you got so caught up in the reality of the real world that you lost track of knowing how to put yourself in the kid mindset. I can't say how it should have turned out, but for the most part, I can say that I know I can't forget that because I was taking care of my sisters when I was 11. My brothers too, like, as far as like helping raise them and stuff like that. Like, it's a whole different story, but it's like, so I had an understanding on putting yourself in a kid mindset and an adult mindset. Sometimes you just gotta not necessarily think from an adult mindset, but think from a kid perspective and just try to understand them more. The more you be around them, the more you be involved. Like, shit, if you just riding around doing nothing, bring your kid with you. Have them doing the same shit. At least they'll feel in their mind like, I'm with my dad or I'm with my mom or whatever, and I'm basically enjoying myself with them. That's what I be doing. My little homie right here. You feel me? I love that little boy. I love my other son. I love my family. It's beautiful. It's fun. I don't regret being a parent. I don't have problems being a parent. I enjoy it, and that's what the other races have going for them compared to us because they more unified and we are mostly undivided in a lot of different ways. But one of them being like a lot of parents don't try to be involved in the kid's life. They just try to raise them, tell them what to do, and hope for the best. But then when the best don't happen, they confuse why and don't understand why. When for the most part, it's simple, it's easy. Because at the same time, just as much as parents feel kids are a curse or, you feel me, make my life harder or nothing like that, it could be just as much of a blessing depending on the mindset. Kids can get you out of a lot of different things that could change your mindset and change you from doing things that you used to do. It can be one of your just waking up, having a kid, just in your life, being around, being involved, knowing that you get to guide this kid, you get to teach this kid. This kid is watching you, looking up to you, and just trying to find out who they are in life. And you feel me? You can teach them on the right path instead of the wrong path. Be more involved so somebody else ain't. You got something to say? Give me 5. Give me 5.